Hi, everybody. Welcome to the fourth year of the Food and Farm Show. That's right, the Food and Farm Show turns 4 with this episode. And of course, this episode is our annual visit to the seed swap. Rowan White and Seirra Seeds and all the local farmers that you can see and gardeners that are going inside behind me are having the third annual seed swap here at the Banner Grange, so that's becoming an institution all by itself. But overall, there's been many seed swaps over the years, and we met Rowan first up at North San Juan at the schoolhouse. That was the very first Food and Farm Show episode, and of course you can see that right here on the Food and Farm Show channel. Behind me is Adam Newber, and he is with the Felix Gelée Institute also, and Adam has once again brought some original Felix Gelée fruit trees here that you can pick up. So a great opportunity for you to get a little piece of Nevada County heritage with the Felix Gelée Institute. So, seed swap. How important is it? How important are seeds to our total agriculture here in Nevada County? We're going to find all about that and delve deeper into the subject of seeds today on the Food and Farm Show. When we come back from the break, we're going to go inside and we'll meet Rowan White and many of the farmers that are here today. You're watching the Food and Farm Show right here at touchdownproductions.com.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our 4th location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
Magnussen's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnussen's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnussen's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnussen's Auburn Toyota and Magnussen's Dodge, both in Auburn. We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I love SPD Market because I know all the people here and I've been coming here for a long time. I do all my socializing here and they're just a great community supporter.
I like SPD Market because it's like coming home and seeing all the people I've known for years.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. With me right now out in front that you saw during the open is Adam Newber from the Felix Gelée Institute. And Adam, welcome back to the Food and Farm Show.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Been 4 years. Adam was one of the very first presentations that we recorded for this series. And of course, like I said before, that's all out on the Food and Farm Show channel. You can go back and Adam was 4 years younger back then.
That's right. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Saw your daughter today. She's really growing.
Year and a half, man. It's the most beautiful thing ever.
Well, the second most beautiful thing is these Felix Gelée trees that you brought today.
The other babies of the Sierra.
Now, what do you have? What'd you bring for people today to take a look at and take home?
So we have a number of apples still left, and then we brought some of the amazing Showbear walnut. We also brought some grapes and some lilacs.
Right, I have some up here on the table.
Yeah.
Now, you are always here at the seed swap. How important is seeds in your perspective to our history of agriculture?
I don't think the importance could be understated. Our cultural and horticultural legacy that our ancestors and that have left us and that we continue to steward is integral to our identity and preservation of a culture and a species. It's like the most important thing now, I believe, that we should be holding on to. It also represents the co-creation that we have with the Creator and with nature in general. It's the most important relationship that we can cultivate now in this time.
And of course, the use of seed is really under attack in our own country.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I really feel like it's a lot of corporate interests that dominate the narrative of our story. A lot of the large growth dominating profiteering is diametrically opposed to what human beings want as being a free and open and loving society. If you constantly have to extract extra out of that for somebody else, it takes away from the abundance that we are naturally endowed with.
You can be on the front lines by getting local seed and planting it, but what I was referring to was the patron saint of seed, Rowan White.
Yeah, Rowan White is an amazing force of nature. She's a great steward. She's well knowledged, and she really takes to heart. It's her heart. It's her life. It's a beautiful thing.
So before we let you go, why don't you catch us up on what's happening with the Institute and your work here in Nevada County?
Sure. Felix Institute is a constantly evolving organism that has many arms, and we don't have enough manpower to keep it all up. It's absolutely impossible. But it's a beautiful project, and we're going to continue to steward and find trees and propagate trees and continually present to the public the story of Felix Gillet and the importance of holding on to our horticultural legacy left by our ancestors and, ultimately from the Creator and from Earth. Yeah.
So it's the Felix Gillet Institute, and of course you can find it out on the web. And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? They want to get involved, maybe come out and help prune or dig around or just get involved in some manner. I'm sure you got things for them to do. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Sure. The best way to get in touch with us is either email us at thefgi@gmail.com or go to our website where you'll see our phone number, all of our contact information, our catalog, information on Felix Gillet, and any other kind of information that we could put up there, which is also a constantly evolving organism as well.
All right, so there you have it. Go on out, get involved with the Institute. You get to meet Adam here, and so happy that you can join us here once again on the birthday of the Food and Farm Show, and as our first one of our first guests ever on the program, and really great to run into you again and see you today.
It's my absolute pleasure, man. Thanks for having us.
With me right now is a couple of the seed shoppers, and you saw them outside a little bit talking to Adam Newberg. You guys picked up some apple trees today.
Yes, we did. We got 2 apples from the Felix Gillet and 4 grapes and a walnut.
So we have Wesley here and
Sierra.
Sierra, what's the importance of seed to you?
I mean, seed is everything. It's the start of all of creation, and the experience that you start from one and you get thousands. I worked for Rowan last summer as an intern on her farm, and so I just went on the seed journey with her, and it's such a huge part of my life and my journey, and it's everything. It's the root of it all.
Now, had you ever dealt with seed prior to being working on her farm?
I knew I was good at starting things, so I started a bunch of seeds, and they all popped, and that just started my journey, and I wanted to learn more about saving and starting from that and creating my own seeds. So that's why I embarked on learning with Rowan White.
Well, you can't get a better mentor than Rowan and her Seirra Seed Cooperative. And then you were getting some fruit trees earlier, and one of the comments that one of the guys that was standing there also said, you grow these trees and you grow them for your children and for the future.
Yeah, that's right. Because a lot of them take a long time to produce, but they'll be here a long time. And I know that one of the things that I've always desired and that I wish I had was fruit trees that were planted by my dad and my grandfather, which I don't have, but I hope to leave that behind. So that's kind of the plan.
Well, another participant here at the seed swap is farmer Amanda Thibodeau. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Gil.
I didn't get a chance to talk with you at the soup night. I saw you there, though.
Yeah, it was a great event, and we have another one coming up in April, so things are in full swing with Sierra Harvest.
They are, and the soup night and the seed swap is the beginning, actually, of the Food and Farm Show. That was our very first episode, was Rowan's seed swap up in North San Juan. So it's always kind of like the renewal for us. But of course, for you, with the other soup night coming up, that's the one that's going to be for for your farm?
Well, actually, this year we're shifting it a bit, and our soup nights are going to be more showcasing a lot of different local growers. So Food Love will be there at that soup night, but it's not going to be specifically for us anymore.
Well, good. I'm glad I got all the Food Love ones there.
Me too.
Now, you're here. You brought some seeds with you. Is this from Food Love?
I did. This is from Food Love. These are some green onion seed that I didn't get cleaned up, but the seed is in there. And this is a nice bunching green onion. So if you take this seed, this was originally the flower, and then it got pollinated and made seeds. So by winnowing it, I'm basically crushing it up and releasing the seeds from this, which would then become the chaff.
Right.
So I was too lazy to clean it. If you take this seed, you wanna take a bunch and plant them all together in little cells, and then they grow like a nice green onion.
And what's the importance of seed to you?
I mean, seed is the basis of our food supply. And a couple years ago, I took a class with Rowan White, her Seed Seva class, and I learned all about the politics of saving seed, the global seed market, and basically this is our sovereignty, and we are in a place where multinational corporations are threatening that. So we've been practicing agriculture as human beings for 10,000 years, and we're in danger of only getting our seeds from a seed catalog. So to me, this is the ultimate act of rebelling against that, of taking that back. And so being in a place like this where there's so many people who are exchanging seeds and ideas, this is an antidote to that.
So in other words, this is the Rebel Alliance.
This is the Rebel Alliance. And I'm happy to be here as a part of it.
All right. Well, listen, didn't want to take you away from visiting with all your friends and everything here. Thank you so much for participating and bringing the seed out from the Food Love Project, which, of course, we've been out there many times on this show, one of our favorite places to go and highlight the work that Amanda and her team is doing. But this is just really great, and thank you so much.
Thank you, and thanks for continuing to cover the local food movement here. It's awesome.
It's an alliance.
It's an alliance.
Right next to Amanda today is Matt Berry, and if you tuned in last year, you saw that we talked with Matt and his wife. Matt, welcome back to the Food and Farm Show.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Now, what'd you bring us today here at the Seed Swap?
Oh, just mostly a lot of natives, and actually to showcase stuff that people can grow in their backyards that's native, drought tolerant, and useful if they want to get into that. And also learning about the ecology of, like, does a seed need to be burnt, or does it need to be cold stratified, or how things work in nature, because it can be tricky.
It can be, because speaking of burnt seed, I didn't know this. I think I learned it a couple of years ago that pine trees have to be burnt, and that's why when there's a forest fire and then they drop down, they're burnt, and that's how they actually open up and then rejuvenate into the ground.
You got that right. Yeah. We were just burning some redbud. I don't know if you know redbud, but that one's another one that needs fire to germinate the seed. Yeah, that's pretty amazing, huh?
That is pretty amazing, because forest fires and fire itself is a natural phenomenon.
Yep, and I was just talking to a fellow that was interested in acorn about fire, and the natives here, they would actually burn under the oak tree at the right time, right in October before the first drop, and that would actually diminish some of the bug population, so less pests, so they had some acorns without bugs in them. Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing, yeah.
Full circle.
Yes.
Now, what else you got going on here? I know that you're big into the herbal medicine.
Yeah, my wife's an herbalist, and she teaches a lot of classes doing that. And then we also together, we do a wild food and medicinal plant CSA, which kind of combines both of our knowledges. And it's more about community-supported awareness. And so it's educating people on how to harvest the abundance, what's out there, how to caretake it properly and all that. Yeah, so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing we do. And we also have a lot of things that you can find, like I said, that are in abundance, that are native.
Now, how would somebody get in touch with you? They're interested in the CSA or getting involved with that, or want to talk to you more about it?
Yeah, well, we have a website. Can I give you that?
Sure.
At www.seirrabotanica.com.
Okay, seirrabotanica.com.
That's it, yeah.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. Welcome back to the Food and Farm Show. As you can see, the seed swap is in progress, and you're watching Rowan White in action, answering people's questions about seeds, and they're spooning the seeds into their envelopes. The idea here is you get an envelope and write on it what kind of seed you're getting. Some of them are very, very, very small, so all you need is a teaspoon of seed. But we'll have a chance to talk with Rowan in a little bit. Right now, let's go meet some of the other people that are here at the seed swap. One of the farmers here and one of my longer time friends of the Banner Grange is Richie. And Richie, what do you got here on the table today?
Well, I got a little selection of beans that I've been growing for these last few years, and I wanted to tell about these. This is the Trail of Tears bean, and it's carried by the Native Americans of the Cherokees from Georgia to Oklahoma when they were relocated by the United States government. And they carried the beans all the way to Oklahoma, and somehow they've been passed along, and there are not very many seed catalogs, but they're passed around, and I got them from Baker Creek, started with 25 seeds, and it blew up on me, and I've got all these great seeds that I've been saving. And so that's what I do is in retirement, I don't grow commercially, but I grow and try to create really good genetic stock. And then I'm starting some other farmers on having part of their portfolio, and the revenue stream is to grow seed for not just the economics, but for the carrying on of the genetic diversity. So this is a wonderful bean, and I grew this, and it's a pole bean, and it grew 15 feet if I would let it go that high, and it was very productive. A small row outproduced all my other beans. So that's kind of the winter of summer of 2015.
Now you touched base on a great story on that particular bean right there, but all seeds are important to mankind, and events like this really kind of bring that out.
Yeah, and this is a lost art. I'm just a novice compared to how it used to be. And I think the Grange halls in America used to be a place where there weren't seed companies, and everybody traded it all the time because there weren't seed companies that you could always get seeds. So this is trying to rekindle that whole history of holding on to our rights to all the past and having much genetic diversity so that we can, monoculture is not a good thing. You have problems when you just grow one variety. So as you can see here, I have a whole array of different colors, different qualities. Some are soup beans, some are snap beans, some are both. And so it's just, it's a cool thing. And so we have this, as you can hear the chatter in the background, it brings out people, and it's just a warm, fuzzy feeling for everybody to come to these kinds of events, which is probably the essential part of who we are, is the seeds that we grow. Since we've got off the hunting and gathering thing, and we become agriculturalists, this is the cornerstone of that, is saving the information and saving the products for the next year.
And one last question, can you talk a little bit about the work that Rowan has done? It's kind of like the tip of the spear in our community.
Oh yeah, Rowan's just she's really been destined to do this work, and she gets more into it every year. And in fact, this year she's kind of taken the year off, not in terms of saving seeds and carrying on the torch of that information, but she's just taking a break to actually come up with a business plan so she can afford to do this kind of work. It's so important that we support people like that, and Rowan's a great person, and she helped inspire me to do this, to bring a partnership between Seirra Seeds and the Banner Grange, and it's a free event to the community. And we make a little bit of money on the food from local farms, and otherwise it's service to the community, and that's what the Grange is about, and that's really what Rowan's about. But we need to support the businesses like Rowan's, the Seirra Seeds.
All right, well, listen, I know people are coming up and you're asking a lot of they're asking good questions, you're giving them great information, but thanks for spending a few moments right here on the Food and Farm Show with us.
Thanks for coming back. I knew you'd be here.
With me right now is a longtime friend of mine and farmer up the hill, Keith Montgomery. Keith?
You still remember my name. Thanks.
Welcome to the Food and Farm Show. Now, you were here last year.
I was, a couple of years, yeah.
And what have you brought for the people today?
Well, I brought some boysenberry plants, garlic, grapes, just whatever was around.
Now, what's going on up at your farm?
What's going on right now? The hyacinths are blooming. That's nice. The daphne's blooming. The boysenberries have just started leafing out. Apricot trees blooming.
Now, you had a real good boysenberry crop last year. I know you invited us to come up and pick it and see it.
That's right, yeah.
So how did that work out for you?
Boysenberries is a good crop. Yeah, there was something that came in and killed off a few of the plants, but,
something.
Well, yeah. Well, it's kind of some orange rust, What was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I dug them out, got them out of there.
Very good. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing about farming. You learn something new every year.
Too much, yeah.
Now, what's been the reception? What are the people asking mostly when they come up here and talk with you?
Oh, just mainly how to root these grape cuttings, that's a big thing, and just whatever, it's an interesting crowd, everybody's into gardening, so it's great.
Now, the work that Rowan is doing with seeds, can you speak to how important that is to you as a farmer and seed in your life?
Well, it's nice to have non-GMO seeds. It's nice to have locally grown seeds. So, yeah, it's important stuff. It's hard work, It's a thankless task for the most part. I mean, I save my seeds, but I don't do it so rigorously, It's just, I save the easy ones.
All right, well, listen, thanks a lot for joining us here today, and always great to see you, and good luck with your farm.
June, come out, pick some boysenberries.
There you go. Yeah. I put it in my date book. We're going up to Keith's place in June.
I'll see you then, Kel.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Love you.
Good. Now, what brings you out to the seed swap?
I saw it on Facebook, to be honest, and I'm a avid gardener, home farmer, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to check out some new seeds and meet some farmers and share stories.
And is that what you're doing then?
Yeah, so far my son is around getting seeds and, selling some things, and so my whole family's here.
Now, what part of the community do you guys live in?
We live in Grass Valley, just on a really small 1 acre house plot, but we're filling it with gardens, every year, more and more,
So you saw the event on Facebook, and that's a great communication tool, especially here in Nevada County. Facebook is like, talking over the back fence.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And you wanted to come, you'd never been to the seed swap before. What do you think of it?
I think it's great. I actually expected that it was going to be a lot smaller. We weren't sure that anybody would be here, because I just had never been before. So this is exciting. It's a big group.
It is, and the farmers are very willing to share their knowledge and information.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what did you pick up? Anything special today?
We picked up I picked up some cucumbers and some melons and some different zucchinis, and I'm not sure what the rest of my posse has gotten, but yeah.
All right, well, listen, thanks for spending a few moments here on the Food and Farm Show.
Thank you.
And please come back to the seed swap next year.
Yeah, we will be here for sure, now that we know about it.
With me right now, neighbor to Keith is Cathay Fish. And Cathay, welcome to the Food and Farm Show.
Hi, how you doing, Gil?
I'm doing very well. What did you bring for our community today?
So I have perennials, permaculture seeds that grow year-round in my garden. So I brought a bunch of seeds here to share with people. And here's my sign for my next permaculture design course, sitting right there. And then a friend turned me on to these. These are native California plums, the Sierra plum, that makes a 1.5 inch red, bright red plum, and they make them into wine, and they're very delicious. You can kind of just throw these out or bury them or whatever, and if they come up, they'll probably take care of themselves.
Well, you bring up a very good point. That seed that's here in the Sierra, this is a different kind of growing climate.
Mm-hmm. Right, and you might as well use natives. So these are called the Sierra plum. So it's, that's what this event is so good about, people bringing stuff like this. It's great.
And for those of you that don't know, Cathay, one of the premier permaculturalists in our area, has her class. If people are interested in that, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
They can go to my website, practicalpermaculture.com, and all the information's there. There's also lots of resources under community. Lots of resources.
And of course, she's here at the Banner Grange, but there's another Grange in town, a couple of Granges in town as well.
Right. I'm a member of the Rough and Ready Grange because I live in Rough and Ready, and we have a monthly food and farm forum. Everybody's invited to. It's on the third Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. I think our next one coming up is on how to raise chickens.
I love chickens.
Yeah, I do too. I love eggs more than chickens.
That's right. You don't kill the layers, you just let them lay.
Right. Yeah, you kill the broilers.
Right.
Yeah.
With us right now is Wayne and Ellie. And Wayne, what brought you guys to the seed swap?
I came to see if I could run into some of my friends here and, see what kind of seeds were available and maybe drop off a few seeds of our own.
Well, that's nice. So you got the trifecta working here. And Ellie, so this isn't your first seed swap then?
Oh, no. This is like our second or third one.
Uh-huh. And so what's the main emphasis of seed? How important is that to you?
Well, it's really important for me to find seeds that are regionally raised so that I know that they will grow in my soil and in my weather. Because I pick up seed packets and plant them and they don't do anything.
Right, because they're out of the area.
Yes, that's correct.
And Wayne, I'm sure you know the cultivation of seeds, the harvesting of seed is really coming under attack by local government, federal government, big business.
I've heard that they're trying to introduce laws that you can't transport seeds more than a couple of miles or something.
That doesn't make much sense to me.
No, it doesn't make much sense to me, except for the people that want to control us. That's the only reason it makes sense.
And LA events like this kind of are the opposite of that.
Oh, definitely. It's a lot of local people who get together to share the seeds that they have raised and learn new information about those seeds and how people grow things in our own area. We can take that knowledge back to our own yards and our own gardens and make it work for us.
Well, we finally were able to track her down and separate her from the seed a little bit. With us is Rowan White. Rowan, welcome back to the Food and Farm Show.
Yeah, thank you, Gil. It's such a pleasure to see you.
You know, like I was telling you before, you were our very first episode, and the seed swap is a renewal for us, a new beginning each year of programming. So first off, thank you so much for the work that you do.
Absolutely.
On behalf of all the seeds that are represented here.
Absolutely. It really is an honor and a privilege to get to be the keeper of the seeds and also to share the stories and to create events like this where we create a community connectivity and collaboration. Yeah.
Now, one of the things that if you're here at the seed swap and you're watching Rowan, everybody's coming up and hugging you.
Yeah. Well, the seeds make us so much more beautiful because they remind us of how to be abundant and generous and kind to one another. And truly the seed swap is an example, a rich example of the gift economy, which is that people swapping and sharing and trading, which is really how life should be. So it's a potent reminder of the true abundant nature of life. Yeah?
Yeah. But but over and above that, people just love Rowan White.
Oh, well, that touches me, and it's a real honor to be able to continue to do this work and to have such a vibrant community to support the work that we're doing, and to really understand the roots and how important it is for us to continue to steward seeds with care, because they're at the foundation of any durable, sustainable local food system.
Well, I don't know if you really realize how many people that you've touched and how many people we met some interns of yours earlier today, and guys like Richie and even myself have just inspired and touched with your seed message.
Yeah, well, again, it's an honor and a privilege, and we just continue to invite more people to join into the circle of Seirra Seeds and to support the work that we do, and to continue to be empowered to become a seed steward yourself, Yeah.
Now, speaking of Seirra Seeds, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, help you out, get involved with the organization, or just get some information?
Well, we have a website. It's seirraseeds.org. You can go onto the website and look through. We have a lot of information about our programming, our educational programs. We have a seed catalog. We also have a newsletter, so if you go onto our website and sign up, then you'll get monthly updates on how to continue to stay engaged with the work that we're doing. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Now you're going to speak a little bit later to the audience.
Yeah, I'm just going to do something short and sweet. Just offer a blessing to the magic that's really happening here, and to continue to inspire people to take more initiative in this peaceful revolution that's happening to reclaim seeds back into the hearts and homes of ourselves as gardeners and farmers and eaters. Really, yeah. So.
Well, we're all eaters.
Yes, absolutely. And seeds are an intimate part of our everyday life. And so this is a beautiful testament to how we can continue to celebrate them and honor them for all that they continue to give to us.
Well, that's going to about wrap up our coverage here of the third annual Banner Grange Seed Swap. Of course, that's in cooperation with Seirra Seeds and Rowan White and her group that have brought this community together once again here at the Banner Grange. As you can see, hundreds of people are showing up today, bringing their seed, learning about seed, getting seed that's native to our area, which is so important if you're a gardener or a farmer. So thanks for joining us once again here at the Food and Farm Show as we continue to bring you the latest information and events surrounding agriculture in our community. I'm Gil Dominguez. We'll see you next time right here on the Food and Farm Show. Good night, everybody.